Namaste, and welcome back to our Cosmic Sacred Circle. I had a different video lined up for today. However, I had got some private message questions concerning information in my last video, so I thought I would answer those questions and go into a little more in depth on spirit animals. So the first question I got was from a woman who calls herself Earth Sister. And her question was, can you get in touch with your soul animal? And can you communicate with your soul animal? Yes, you can. In my experience, getting into contact and getting to know your soul animal is a little bit harder than a lifetime animal or other spirit animals. They interact with us in a very specific time in our journey, in our lives, on a very specific plane of existence, usually. It's a little harder to get them to find our inquiries seriously and to take time out of their jobs and what they do with the souls that they're in charge of to communicate with one specific soul. This can be done. I have experience in contacting my own, and it did take quite a long time. I did not go into what my soul animal was in the last video, so I'll talk a little bit about that now. My soul animal is a dragon. He is a red and black fire dragon. It took close to probably about two and a half years to actually make contact with him. I spent a lot of time in meditation. I spent a lot of time making my intentions clear on why I wanted to communicate with him. He did present himself, but did not interact with me right away. To get in touch with your soul animal is much like getting in contact with your lifetime animal. At least for me it was. I did do a lot of meditation, like I said, and I did do a lot of research into what my animal was once it presented itself to me. So again, myths, legends, stories, research, anything that I could find about dragons, I immersed myself into. This shows that we're sincere. This shows that we are very interested and we're coming from a place of being genuine and being sincere about what our intentions are while interacting with these animals and these creatures. So it can be done. It takes some work, but you can do it. My second question comes from a gentleman who goes by Wolfchild, and he would like to know, what is a familiar? Is it different than a totem or spirit animal? Generally speaking, the term familiar is used when you're speaking about witches and the creatures that they use to bring information back and forth from whatever deities that they are interacting with. They are different than totem or spirit animals. A familiar to me is more along the lines of what I call a companion animal. And a companion animal would be a domesticated pet, cats, dogs, birds, this kind of animals. So can your familiar animal be something similar to a spirit animal? Can a familiar be a spirit animal? I suppose it could. If you have a spirit animal that is a canine, like a dog, you certainly could have a more connection, perhaps, with an animal of that nature. And our last question comes from Vine Dancer, and she would like to know, she has two questions. Can you really pick an animal to work with? And are any one type of animal the same? Do all cats mean X, Y, or Z, or does all birds mean A, B, or C? So firstly, can you really pick your own animal to work with? Absolutely. We did go into this last time. I think that if you choose to work on something specific, if you have done research on any number of animals and you find that you really like something, continue studying that one thing and immerse yourself in it. And again, that dedication will show to the spirit animal that you are willing to learn from it, that you're coming from a genuine place, and you really want to hear what that animal has to say to you, what that animal has to teach you. Are all animals of one type the same? Generally speaking, we'll take felines for example. Felines in general can have something in common, but different felines, for example, tigers and lions, are going to have something specific to itself and not in common with each other. So you can have a general animal that you feel that you have some kind of connection with, and it will hold those properties for you or teach you those properties or lessons. But if you know something specific like a jaguar, a tiger, a lion, a leopard, a lynx, they're going to have something unique in and of itself, which is worth your time to investigate and come to the realization of what that specific animal has to teach you. So I hope that answered everybody's questions. If anybody else has any questions, you can message me, leave it in the comments down below, or I would be really happy if anybody wanted to share their story with an animal spirit or any spirit that they've made contact with and would like to share. I wish you much love, many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video.